Hey teacher friends, in this video I'm going to share 3 more easy end of the year activity ideas for your classroom. In case we haven't met yet, my name's Natalie Priester. I'm a teacher and I make videos that mostly focus on building relationships with students, books, especially teacher books, and blended learning. This video is actually the final video in a 6-video series that shares tips for the end of the year. So if you have a second, go and check out some of those other videos because there might be more ideas for you in the playlist. So let's get started with these ideas. Number 1 is to make posters for your future students. So you know there's like that time we have like awkward like filler time at the end of the year and you're kind of cleaning and you don't quite know what to do with the kids. Well, hand the kids some paper and some markers and ask them to make posters to welcome in your next class. You can have them put things on the posters like tips to be successful in your class, reminders like hints about your pet peeves because we all have those. They can also put motivational quotes on there and just general like welcome to the school or welcome to the grade quotes. If your school lets you, you can post those on the walls so that they'll be ready for when the kids come back, like post them before you leave, or just put them all in your storage and take them out when you're decorating your room. That way when your new kids come in, they're gonna feel connected to those other kids, and then that rapport that you built with your old kids kind of like weaves into your new kids. Number 2, connect with your students on social media. Now, this one's gonna totally depend on the age of your students and your district's social media policies. So take everything I say with a grain of salt and view it through the lens of what works best for you. I'm gonna kind of say how I do it and how it works within the districts that I work for. The number 1 rule is no friending kids until they are 18 because you're a mandated reporter and because they're minors and there's district policies. So like don't friend request your kids if they're like 16, that's stupid. However, if your kids are graduating, I suggest like friending some of your kids that you're really close with. I'd wait till they walk across the stage though, but I think it's okay to friend your kids once they go out and they become adults. It's nice to kind of check in on them and follow them. If you have younger kids or if you have different rules or expectations, you can just make sure your kids know your email address. I would share a personal email address just in case and tell them like, this is mine, you're out of my class now, if you want to contact me, here it is. Because if you move districts, your kids might lose a way to get a hold of you, especially if you have a name that's really common. Another thing that you could do is to have them follow your class social media accounts and then tell them, hey, once you're old enough, send me a message and then I will link back to you or I will connect back to you. So that's a few ideas. I just like to keep connections with kids after they leave, and I've had a few send me emails or send me messages checking in and just kind of needing like a little bit of reassurance, like, come on, keep going, you can do this, keep working hard. So it's an idea. You could also have the kids share connections with each other, especially if you're at a big school and you know that they've made friendships in your class. Remind them to connect because they don't always look ahead and know that they won't be able to connect in the future. Number 3 is to create a goodbye ritual. Now, I always have like these big grand dreams of how I'm going to do this. I worked at summer camp, as I've said a million times in my videos, and we had traditions at the end of each session before the kids went home. And I was thinking like, I'm gonna make some great tradition in my classroom. But guess what? At the end of the year, I get busy, there's going too many different directions, and I'm trying to get everything done, and the schedule never works out. I plan it all the time, it never works out like I was expecting. So seriously, just do something simple, but do something at least where you can like check in and have a little bit of FaceTime with each kid. I know some teachers go crazy and like write each kid a letter. I mean, if you have time to do that, more power to you, but realistically, I don't. I'm happy if I get to like give each kid a quick check-in. So here's what I did this year. Bought a giant box of donuts. Kids always love donuts. I had each kid come up to my desk one by one and I offered them a donut. I gave them their memory book and then I said something nice to each kid like, I really appreciated having you in my class, or I've liked watching you grow up, I'm going to miss you, something mushy. And then I offered them a hug, handshake, or high five. Of course my hugs were like those little side hugs, but it still feels good sometimes. So I made like a ritual that was just for the year that I did with each kid. In my dream world, I'll make up something grand, like we'll have each kid sit in a circle and say something nice to them, or we'll make something that's like a little memento they can keep on their shelf forever, something. But one day when I'm a grown-up like magical teacher with all the time in the world. For right now, just keep it simple, but try to say goodbye to each kid. And that's a wrap. I hope you have enjoyed all of my 18 end of the year activity ideas for 2018. My question of the week for you is, do you connect with your former students on social media? Like, what grade do you teach and how do you do that? What does it look like? Or do you connect with their parents? What do you do? Add your comments in the links below. And of course, now it's time for all that fun YouTubey stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If you hit the bell, you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. If you love this video, please share it with all of your teacher friends. Speaking of friends, we should totally be friends. I'm the most active on my Instagram account, so you can follow me there. All my social media links are down below. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.